Hello everyone, welcome to EDUCARE Teaching Learning channel. Thank you for all my subscribers. Those who didn't subscribe and watching my videos, please subscribe and support me. Your support is my strength. Let's go to our channel. Story of the day. Once upon a time, there lived a huge cobra. This cobra, when it was small, it used to eat small creatures. As it is growing, it started eating small frogs and rabbits. Even more, when it started growing, it started to eat small snakes. When it has grown to one level, this cobra has got pride. He thought that he was the most powerful creature in the forest and there is no other creature greater than him. And all other animals also started getting feared looking at this cobra. So that even made this cobra more prided. One day, as he started growing up, this cobra thought that the place wherever he was living till now was not sufficient and he has to shift to a new place. So he started searching for a new place to live. He saw a huge tree. That tree was okay for him to reside, but he saw a small ant hill near the tree. This cobra already has pride on its head, thought that I am such a wonderful creature, such a powerful creature, such ugly anthill, why is it next to my residence? I have to vacate this anthill immediately. Then it started shouting at that anthill that I am King Cobra. I have come in front of you. So immediately vacate this place. This is my place. It started shouting at the anthill. But there was no response from the anthill. Then it got even more angry and struck the anthill with its leg. Then what happened? Immediately thousands of ants came out at a time and started attacking King Cobra. This King Cobra was swarmed by all the ants at a time. So it could not bear the pain. It was struggling with pain and ultimately it died because of pain. That's the story for today. What's the moral of the story? However great you grow, however to a tall height you grow, the pride never should grow for you. The pride always grows before fall. Whatever it is, people who are smaller than you, you should not underestimate them. Always everybody are equal. God has created everybody with equal potential. So never underestimate anybody. Welcome back. In my today's topic, I am going to teach chapter 3, genetics. In my previous video, I have discussed about basics of genetics, the terms in the chapter, and then Mendel's introduction and why he selected pea plant. Continuing with my last video, in this video I am going to teach the crossing techniques and Mendel's experiments with pea plant. Let's go to our topic. The first one is Mendel's monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. How do you define monohybrid cross? Mono means single. Hybrid means he has got, when he cross a single pair of contrasting characters, he has got a hybrid. The definition of monohybrid cross is the breeding between two plants differing in traits of a single character. I have underlined single character, which means he has taken only one character into his experiment. Yes, what is that character? I am giving you two examples, cross 1 and cross 2. Let me go to cross 1. Cross 1, parents, if you see, he has taken purple and white. Here we call purple as dominant. In my previous video, I told you what is dominant. Here, purple color of the flower is dominant and white color of the flower is recessive. That is, they are denoted by capital P, and they are denoted by small p. Next, gametes. From this, when these two parents are crossed, the gametes are, from this it is capital P and from this it is small p. I am denoting this with circle. All the gametes always are denoted by circling the letters. Then, in the first cross, Mendel has cross-pollinated. That is, this flower is from one plant and this flower is from one plant. He cross-pollinated the two parents of dominant and recessive flowers. He has got this type, capital P and small p, which he called it as a hybrid. See, he called that as F1 generation. F means filial, first filial generation. First filial generation, he has got a mixture of capital P and small p. He wanted to test this capital P and small p is of course a purple flower only. He crossed, like in the first cross, he cross-pollinated. But in this hybrid is self-pollinated. So he again made a cross with the same type of flower. That is the same type of hybrid flower, capital P and small p. In the next generation, the gametes from these are capital P and small p. Then from this capital P and small p are the gametes from these parents. Thus, in F2 generation, that is in the next second filial generation, he has got this capital P is crossed with this one to get capital P and capital P. Then this capital P is crossed to this one, so he has got capital P, small p. Then this small p is crossed with this capital P, so he has got capital P and small p. Then this small p is crossed with this small p and he has got small p. What does this capital P denote? It's purple flower as in the parent. And since it has this purple is dominant, it is again capital P is dominant, it is purple only. Though we have small p, this is recessive form. So this dominant purple color is masking the recessive character of small p, not to express. So the next one is also capital P and small p, where it is purple flower only. But in the third one, we are seeing small p and small p, both are white color flower. So that is the 3 purple and 1 white. So Mendel has got 3:1 ratio in the F2 generation. Next example is cross 2. The same similar type. The parents are, here Mendel has taken tall plant and a dwarf plant as parents. The tall plant is homozygous, capital T. And here it is also homozygous. Homo means the same set of genes. Here we can see capital T and capital T, same set of genes, and small t, same set of genes. So they are called as homozygous. The tall plant, dominant, and the recessive plant, that is your dwarf is your recessive plant. They are parents. So they are the gametes from them. Tall plant definitely gives capital T only as gametes, and small t definitely will give small t as its gametes. So when they are in the first generation, we have seen the Mendel has cross-pollinated because this is another plant. He has to cross-pollinate, and he has got capital T and small t. Capital T and small t. Then this capital T small t is self-pollinated with capital T and small t. Mendel has told this capital T small t as hybrid. This is the hybrid of F1 generation, first filial generation. He has got the hybrid. But still, though it is a hybrid, it is expressing only tall character because tallness is dominant over the dwarf character, which is recessive. Next, As it is self-pollinated, the gametes are capital T, small t, capital T and small t. So they are crossed. So what are we getting? Capital T, capital T, capital T and small t and capital T. That's been written as capital T, small t, then small t, small t. So as capital T, it's obviously tall plant, homozygous tall plant. Then capital T, small t is masked, suppressed by capital T. So this is also tall. Then capital T, small t, this is also tall. So 3 tall plants, and then he has got small t, that is 1 dwarf plant. This is actually dwarf. This is 1 dwarf plant. So 3 tall plant and 1 dwarf plant. So in the second example also, he has got 3:1 ratio. So monohybrid cross has given him 3:1 ratio, where 3 is dominant and 1 is recessive. Continuing, the ratios are represented in checkerboard by Mendel. So that's why I have written Mendel's checkerboard. In this checkerboard, if you see, I have shown this symbol. This symbol denotes male and this symbol denotes female. The male gametes are capital T and small t. We have got it in the last ratio. So this is capital T and small t of female. When these two are crossed, capital T, we got tall, capital T. Capital T of female is crossed with small t gene of male. We have got capital T, small t, that is tall plant only. Then capital T, small t is crossed with capital T. We have got a hybrid, that is capital T, small t, which is also tall. Then small t is crossed with small t. We have got small t, which is recessive one, a dwarf plant. Thus, Mendel, this is your checkerboard. Said this is our checkerboard for monohybrid cross. And the ratios of Mendel is divided into 2. He told those ratios in 2 forms. One is phenotypic ratio and another one is genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio, I already said in my previous video, what is phenotype? Phenotype is the visible morphological characters or phenotype. The genes that are responsible for this visible characters are genotype. So, Mendel has divided his ratio into 2, that is phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio according to Mendel is 3:1. He categorized all tall plants as 3. Then he categorized the dwarf plants, the recessive ones, as 1, that is dwarf. This 3 may be a mixture of homozygous and heterozygous condition. What is this homozygous and heterozygous condition? Is told in a second ratio, that is genotypic ratio. See, genotypic ratio, the same 3 is divided as 1:2. What is this one? This one is capital T, that is pure homozygous variety. Homozygous dominant. What is dominant here? The tallness. Then this 2 is capital T, small t, It is also tall, but it is heterozygous. What is heterozygous? It has 2 different genes, capital T and small t. So it is heterozygous dominant. Next, third one. This one is nothing but small t, homozygous recessive. That is Mendel's monohybrid cross. Next, moving on to Mendel's dihybrid cross. Dihybrid. Di means 2. Mendel has crossed two plants with 2 contrasting characters. What are the 2 contrasting characters he has taken? He has taken yellow round. Yellow color of the seed is 1 character and round shape of the seed is 2nd character. The other form, the recessive form of this is green color seed and wrinkled shape of the seed. Here yellow round is dominant and green wrinkled is recessive according to Mendel. They are parents. So they are represented by, yellow is represented by capital Y, and round is represented by capital R. This green is represented by small y, and wrinkled character is represented by small r. The gametes from these parents are capital Y and capital R. Gametes from these recessive parent is small y, small r. As gametes are, we have to definitely circle the gametes. Now, this gametes from the parents are cross-pollinated, because this is one plant, this is one plant. He has to definitely cross-pollinate. So, he has cross-pollinated, and in the first filial generation, F means filial. First filial generation, he has got capital Y, capital R, small r. This is called as a F1 hybrid. So this F1 hybrid plant is being self-pollinated in the F1 generation. Self-pollinated, capital Y, capital R, small r. The same type of hybrids is being self-pollinated of a same plant. What are the gametes from these? We know capital Y, capital R, small y, capital R. Then capital Y, small r, small y, small r. These are the gametes from this. Then what did he get in F2 generation? That's a big checkerboard. Monohybrid cross, we have drawn only small checkerboard. Since it is dihybrid cross and the gametes are also 4 into 4. He is self-pollinating. He will get 4 more gametes. So 8 gametes he will get. So the checkerboard seems to be very big, and he called the checkerboard as Punnett square. Punnett square. So Mendel's dihybrid cross, the table is being called as Punnett square. Let's see that Punnett square. Continuing with dihybrid cross, as I said, the F2 generation has produced gametes, whatever it is being denoted in a Punnett square. This is your Punnett square. See, these are the gametes. These are male gametes, these are female gametes. So the male gametes are crossed with female gametes. Capital Y, capital R, small y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, small r. Here, capital Y, capital R, small y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, small r is crossed. What are we getting? Capital Y, capital R here. This is your yellow round. Next, capital Y, small y, capital R. This is again yellow and round. Though we have small y, yellow is dominant, so it is yellow round. Then capital Y, capital R and small r here. Yellow round. Then capital Y, small y and capital R, small r here. This is again yellow round. Then capital Y, small y, capital R. Capital Y, small y, capital R. This is again yellow round. Next, small y, capital R. This is since it is small y, it is recessive condition. So it is green and round. Then capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. Capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. This is again yellow round. Then small y, capital R and small r. Small y, capital R, small r. This is green. See, this is recessive condition green, and this is round. Next, capital Y, capital R and small r. This is yellow round again. Then capital Y, small y, capital R and small r. This is yellow round. Next, capital Y, small r, yellow, and this is recessive condition. This is wrinkled. Capital Y, small r. So yellow and small r is wrinkled. Then capital Y, capital R and small r. Capital Y, capital R, small r. This is again yellow and round. Then small y, capital R and small r. This is green and round since we have capital R. Then capital Y, small r and small r. This is yellow and small r is there, so it is wrinkled. Small y, small r. All are recessive. It is green and wrinkled. This is your dihybrid Punnett square. Mendel has got almost 16 different types of combination of gametes in F2 generation. He has divided that 16 into yellow round as he has got 9 and green round he has got is 3 types, and then yellow wrinkled he has got 3 and green wrinkled he has got 1. So the phenotypic ratio he has designed it as 9:3:3:1. The phenotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is 9:3:3:1. The genotypic ratio is not included in your syllabus for 10th standard. So don't worry about it. So you can stop your answer with phenotypic ratio of Mendel's dihybrid crosses 9 yellow round, 3 green round, 3 yellow wrinkle and 1 green wrinkle. From Mendel's monohybrid and dihybrid cross, he has designed 3 laws of inheritance. They are law of dominance, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. Let's see one by one. Law of dominance. As the name says, somebody is dominating other. Who is that? According to Mendel, when one pair of contrasting character are present, for example, we have seen tall and dwarf. Who is dominant there? Tall plant. So one pair of contrasting character. What is that contrasting character here? Height of a plant. Tall and dwarf denotes height of a plant. So when one pair of contrasting characters are present, only one is able to express. Who is expressing here? The tall character of a plant. And the other one is suppressed. Who is suppressed here? The dwarf character. It's not been expressed. So according to Mendel, in law of dominance, he said only one character is expressed from the contrasting characters. One pair of contrasting characters, only one is being expressed and the other one is suppressed. He called that one that is expressing as dominant and the one that is suppressed as recessive. See, the character expressed is dominant and the character that is suppressed is recessive. For example, he has taken pure red crossed with pure white. What is pure? See here, capital R, capital R. It is not in heterozygous condition. It is in homozygous condition. So pure white, small r, small r. Who is dominant here? This fellow, capital R, capital R. Who is recessive here? This little fellow, small r, small r. Then, see, what are the gametes here? From this it is capital R, from this it is small r. He crossed this in F1 generation. He has seen capital R and small r. On self-pollinating capital R, small r, he has got capital R, capital R, capital R, small r, capital R, small r, small r, small r. Everywhere he can see only red color flowers and only very few, 1 or 2 is white color flower in his garden. So Mendel has told that the character that is expressed is seen to be dominant. So he named this law as law of dominance. Next, law number 2. It is law of segregation. According to this law, the gametes contain only one factor which is pure. So the factor 1 only will be pure and the other one may be a hybrid, other one may be a heterozygous condition. So thus called as law of purity of gametes. The purity factor, the pure factor he has got among that contrasting characters is only 1. For example, in F1 generation, he can see only one red flowers, one red flower, only red color flowers. Then, but on self-pollination, these red color flowers are becoming both, that is red and white, both he can see in second generation. I hope I am clear. That is, according to Mendel, law of segregation, who is pure here? The red, but only for one generation. For F1 generation, he can see all our red color flowers, but that's not constant. When he is crossing that, self-pollinating that, in F2 generation, he can see a mixture of red and white flowers. So only for one generation, the red color is pure. So he called it as law of purity of gametes. The other name for law of segregation is law of purity of gametes. Then third law is law of independent assortment. Independent, individually. Assortment is expressing. So when more than one pair of contrasting characters, that is more than one pair of contrasting characters, he has taken in dihybrid cross. He has taken two characters. What are they? Shape of the seed and color of the seed. Shape of the seed is round is dominant and wrinkled is recessive. And color of the seed, yellow is dominant and green is recessive. So he has taken two pair of contrasting characters. So when more than one pair of contrasting characters are brought together, the distribution of alleles. We know what are alleles. Here this round, green, yellow or wrinkled, everything is characters or alleles. So the distribution of alleles is free to separate. So the distribution is everywhere it is. It is not only yellow everywhere. It is not only round everywhere. It's not green everywhere. It's not wrinkled everywhere. Everything is clubbed together. Everything is fused together. That's what is told by Mendel in this law. Law of independent assortment. He told that all the characters are distributed among different varieties. Distribution of other pairs of alleles. That's what he told in this law. For an example, we have seen pure yellow round is crossed with pure green wrinkle. In F1 generation, he has got only all yellow round. But that's not permanent. When he self-pollinated this yellow round again, he has got the recessive ones also. That is, your all four characters is being brought up in F2 generation. What are those four? Yellow round, yellow wrinkled, green round and green wrinkled. Everything, all four characters are independently expressed in F2 generation. That is what is law of independent assortment. So these three are Mendel's law of inheritance. He finalized and concluded from his monohybrid and dihybrid cross. Next is back cross and test cross. This is also out of Mendel's law of inheritance. What is back cross? Back cross is in monohybrid cross, when F1 individuals are crossed, one of the two parents from which they are derived, such type of cross is back cross. For example, if you see parents, this is from F1 generation. We have got capital T, small t. And we are crossing this with one of the parent. That is your tall plant. Let me take tall plant here. The dominant one. That is back cross mean again they are crossing with one of the dominant parent. The hybrid is again crossed with the parent again. So capital T, small t, capital T, capital T. This is the parent, dominant parent. So what is happening here? Capital T and small t are the gametes. From this we are getting only one gamete, that is capital T. So when cross is made here, what are we getting? Capital T, small t, capital T and this one, capital T. Capital T, capital T. What are we getting here? Capital T and capital T, small t. Here in this back cross, we are not getting any recessive. We won't get any recessive individual. I again tell you, in this back cross, the hybrid parents, the hybrid gametes in the F1 generation are again crossed again with one of the parent. Usually Mendel has taken the dominant parent in back cross. So he has got capital T, capital T, capital T, small t. He has got all dominant varieties of tall plant only in back cross. He wanted to test it in the second cross. What if he crosses with recessive parent? He named it as test cross. That is, the F1 individuals are crossed with recessive parent. Both phenotypes appear in progeny. Both phenotypes. He has got mixture of two different types of phenotypes. One dominant and other one recessive also. So such cross is called as test cross. Why did he named it as test cross? Because this cross is used to test whether it is homozygous or heterozygous condition. Why did Mendel named it as back cross? Because he is crossing again the F1 individuals with one of the parent in the beginning. Again beginning, one of the parent. That's why he named it as back cross here and test cross here. For an example, see the parents. Capital T, small t. F1 hybrid actually is crossed with one of the parent, that is your recessive one. This gametes he has got is capital T, small t, and the gametes from here is small t only. So in the checkerboard he has got capital T, small t out of this and small t out of this. So he concluded as he has got 50% of hybrid tall and 50% of dwarf. So that is 50% of tall and 50% of dwarf. Both the phenotypes have been obtained in test cross. In my next video, I will be continuing with this chapter but deviations from Mendel's law, and I will be ending up with that video. Thank you for all those subscribers. Please subscribe and watch my channel. If you like my videos, please click like button, share it to your friends and don't forget to comment. Thank you.